What's up, chat? I think we're live. I'm not outside today, so I can look it up and actually check. Yes, sir. We are live. Yesterday was kind of hectic because I was streaming outside waiting for Clay to hop on a bike, and we were supposed to meet at 6:45, so I didn't really have a lot of time to do anything. And then, oh my gosh, check it out, chat. I got liquidated. Look at this. That Nebius position, I lost $27 on it. Crazy. I'm gonna switch the size down to 25. And we're just gonna do two trades today, two $25 trades, so nothing crazy. But I did get a lot done yesterday. I was working on the notification algorithm. It's not attached yet, but it is in here. One thing that people were saying is that they thought that the active notifications weren't showing up as much, and what we did was we went back to the older style model before everything looked like it was always active, because what ended up happening is that people were trading and the signals were not as clear as they are now and also as they were before. So right now the signals are a lot more clear when it comes to what you're supposed to be watching and then what could potentially have some momentum going up, versus before you would see everything looking like it was going up or down. So we're going to just wait. The market opens in, well, the market just opened right now, and you can tell things are moving. So we're going to watch these and we'll see what we're going to pick. And since I'm at my house, I can actually double check everything against the real um, the real source here. So let's check. We'll see if anything looks like it's good on day candles. We'll go to 5 minute. Um, let's see, what's Micron looking at? I'm trying to also figure out if it makes the most sense to come look at these right at recently from people that do day trading. That's their job. And oh, another thing, sorry. Yeah, I'll go through that. I've been listening to some podcasts for people that do day trading as their kind of like job or main hobby, main sport. Up there, everything loaded up. Market's live. And so people are saying that they just have a strategy where, they basically place a few positions down, and then based on those positions, if they make money, then they take that day off, and then if they lose or they start losing, then they just cut it. And so I think if we can design around that, where maybe you're making money 4 out of 5 days a week, and then figure out how to manage the downside emotional part, because that's really the biggest part of this whole trading system is, you know, you see a number that was way higher than the number that you see now, and how do you basically become mentally comfortable with being able to say, hey, I still won, right? And I think that's the same thing in crypto. Everybody's seen a project where they're like, oh, I bought it, and then you saw your portfolio and you're like, oh, I had $10,000 and now it's $1,000 or $500, and it's just that you held too long. And I think if we could help manage that risk, that can be kind of like part of the superpower that we're helping people with inside of this product. Oh man, the SpaceX IPO was so gutted. What's the price now? 120? That's crazy. When it opened, it opened and I think I saw it go up to 220 at some point, even 230. And now it's way down here. Shout out to the SpaceX holders. You made it all possible. This is weird. I'm on Hyperliquid's website on the read-only site, and it's not letting me see anything. Oh, it was favorites, that's why. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of these have. Let's do Circle and Coinbase. Crypto's popping? We'll do Circle. Who's the CEO of Circle? Is it Jeremy? Circle CEO. Yep, Jeremy Allaire. Almost as bald as Brian. Come on, Jeremy. How's Coinbase doing? Oh, Coinbase is coming back up. It was in the 150s. Let's do Coinbase too. The bald dynamic duo. We'll go both of them. So we've got both of these running. What I'm going to do. Okay, okay. Oh, the other thing I did is I put a little switch on here so you can actually tap this and see your percentage gains. So we're already up 7% on Coinbase. So we'll take that. Oh no! I closed it at the wrong time. It just jumped down. Wrecked. Hold on, it's got to resync. Man, tap too slow. That was bad, chat. That was bad. We'll try again. Oh, chat, that was horrible. I need a we need a, it's crazy. I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, I need an exchange that's actually faster than Hyperliquid right now in order to make this experience amazing. Mostly not from like the order book side, but just the decentralization side, because the main gateway, if all of you guys who aren't familiar with what's going on with like decentralization and everything, the main gateway that's stopping a lot of these products from becoming. Ooh, are we gonna hit 10%? Are we gonna hit 10%, chat? Oh, that was my other position that closed. Come on, go up. All right, we're good here. All right, a little 10%, a little 8%. Let's go, sir. Coinbase. How's our Circle doing? Okay, Circle's up. We'll do it a little bit too. So yeah, the main problem with a lot of these, we're just printing today. Let's go. What's Robinhood? What's this? I don't know. Actually, let me take a screenshot of this because this. Good. We'll do one more Coinbase. So yeah, while I'm just looking at this, one of the main problems with a lot of these platforms, like that you're looking at, like like that are so. So if you look at something like Solana or Ethereum or whatever, right? The problem isn't mainly that. Actually, no, I'm going to close this. I think we've had a good morning already. Oh my gosh, and I took a loss. All right, whatever. It's a couple pennies. So let's take a look at our P&L. So we did okay this morning. Got one loss, made like $3, $4, and we were only trading $50. So nothing too crazy. Oh, that Coinbase one was not actually. Oh yeah, it was. I keep forgetting. Or Circle was one of. I keep forgetting that it's on $25, not on anything larger. So we're good here. We're just gonna chill, and we'll do another trade tomorrow. But I'll go through this. Go through this interface real quick. Oh, sorry. Let me not go through the interface. It was my payments. Get push notifications. So the the value in, or the problem with a lot of these high speed or these decentralized networks is not necessarily that the computers aren't fast enough, it's the network and the internet. So when you push the button, how long does it take before the server, when you press up or down, how long does it take between when the server says yes, he wants to buy, and then does all the calculations to do the buy, and then your order actually settles on the order book or not? Man, Circle looks, I mean, Coinbase looks good, but I'm just going to leave it alone. So, when you're looking at, yeah, I went back to yellow. See, this is when you got to get out before it goes back to yellow. Now we're back in this ranging mode. Um, oh, Cash Cat. Oh, actually, this might be a good short because I feel like all these meme coins, every meme coin has the same chart. Let me see something. Oh, it's ranging. Yeah, well, I'll leave it alone. I'm not going to jump in this. So the problem is basically within the network speed, right? Like if you can have a server that can run, 100 million transactions per second, but as soon as you try to send that to another server to go verify the 100 million transactions per second, and you're just using the regular internet, that's coming out of, some regular person's house that's just going from point A to point B, your whole system falls apart because it takes so long to send those packets, basically via the speed of light around the world to get to the recipient, right? So Hyperliquid, their servers are in Japan for the most part. And so if you try to execute a transaction, you have to send a message to Japan, then the message has to come back and tell you yes or no. And so that sending there, processing, and back could take 1 to 2 seconds. And 1 to 2 seconds is actually a very, very long time when it comes to trading. And you'll actually notice that. Like if you had a website that you went to and it takes 2 seconds to load, you'd be like, this site is super slow. Or if you had an app, for example, and every time you push a button, it takes 2 seconds, you'd be like, this is super slow. The threshold you really want to get under is like 300 to 500 milliseconds. That's when things start to feel fast. So the idea would be you take an asset or you take a network and you figure out how to make the network sending as fast as possible, right? Because that's really the bottleneck in all of these trading applications, especially the crypto trading applications. It's not can you do the transactions or can you run a CLOB, it's how fast can you send things. And one of the cool projects, if you guys haven't heard, there's Double Zero, which is basically bought up all of the dark fiber that was over provisioned during the .com bubble. And they're actually allowing you to run on 100 gigabit links all over the place. And so if you could build a system, basically something similar to Hyperliquid, but decentralized, so that you could actually run a node close to where you're trading, right? Because if I'm trading on Hyperliquid or if I'm trading on, Robinhood, those servers are not near me. Or if I'm trading on Lighter, for example, those servers are not near me. Those servers are somewhere else. So the beauty of when you use something like Google puts all the data right next to you, so it looks fast. And so that's what you'd want to do with the current state of crypto networks. You'd want to move the data closer to the user so that it looks like it's super fast for them. And then that would improve the user experience in this app where when you tap up, it only takes 300 milliseconds to accept it or it takes 300 milliseconds to reject it. So that way, when you see these spikes, you're not trading and then watching your trade get missed because the data is coming back, but the data is a little bit ahead of your actual response, your actual reaction. So that's just something that I was thinking about as I was chatting up my brother and just trying to figure out a way to improve the product, like improve the product experience really. Because right now, I mean, everything looks awesome, everything works. We give you these signals, and like I said, we're building the other signals too. So you'll have some good information, but we want to make sure that the rest of the product experience in terms of just the network and the assets and the volume are also going to be super, super engaging to use. And so that's kind of what we're working on for like our next steps. But yeah, the market's still choppy, but we made a little bit of money this morning. So we're going to make a couple bucks, like I think $3 or $4. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the Um, we're going to go through the app and I'm going to give you guys a quick demo of everything that's in here. So on the top left, this is our assets list. So it's super simple. You can see, let's go to all. So this is everything. So we've got crypto projects, stuff you've seen. We've got commodities, everything you've seen. Silver just activated. We've got stocks, so tons of different stocks across the whole marketplace. And then we've got indices and we've got outcome markets, which are like prediction markets. You can toggle between the assets, the total asset list. You can also show just the assets that you have open positions in, and then you can also see the ones that are active. And these active ones are part of what are the value propositions of BlockSwap, where we show you what's moving so that you're not trading, you don't open a position on something that's flat and then you're just sitting there like, why is it not, why am I not making money, right? So this is part of the value proposition. And inside this active set, you've got the eye, which means that it's moving up and down, so watch it. You've got the red arrow, which means it's going down. And then before we have the green arrows. Oh, here we go, Robinhood, which means it's going up. On the left here, we've got a list of your size, a card that shows your size and how much you're placing in your orders. So you can come in here and you can select your size. You can also come in here and select how much leverage you want to apply. So for example, if we switch back up to Bitcoin, you can see that our leverage goes up way high. We can go to 40x leverage. Now, the more leverage you pick, the more fees you're going to pay, but then that also means that the faster you'll make money because you're borrowing money to compound your money quicker. You also have the stop loss, and you have, this is stop loss, and then you also have the take profit. So you can basically structure your position where you want to enter here, you want to say, I want to make this much money at least, and then you want to say, I don't want to lose more than this much. And in the stop loss, you can see you can set a price, a dollar amount. So you can say, I don't want to lose more than $5. You can say, I don't want to lose more than, I don't want it to go below this price on the chart, whatever Bitcoin is. And you can also say, I don't want to lose more than like 5% or 10%. So you can kind of adjust it how you want. And then positions shows you active positions. We don't have any now. I closed them all, but we can do it in paper trading as well. Then over here, you've got your profile. So this is my account. I have this gold star or this gold check mark, which is a Genesis wallet. So if you buy BlockSwap tokens on Solana, 1 million of them, and then you send them to your wallet inside of this BlockSwap app and you burn them, you get a discount on fees. And we're also going to give you a discount on the subscriptions that we're going to introduce with the notifications. So what we've been working on over the last couple of days is a notification system that will push notify you with a structured order. So it'll already have the stop loss, take profit built in, and everything's structured in there, so that all you have to do is just decide, hey, I think this is a good, you can confirm it with something else, obviously, look on your own, but then if you think it looks good, you just push the button and it'll open up the position for you. So that's what that Genesis checkmark is. And you get that by, like I said, buying BlockSwap tokens and then burning them. And when you burn them, you'll get the Genesis checkmark. So in here, we've got our account. We've got a couple of accounts in here. This is very simple, very plain. And if you want to deposit, you can just click here, click deposit. We support all types of deposit systems. And this is powered by really like 3 main providers. We use Dymo for a lot of the ACH and like traditional finance rails. We use Blink.Cash, and they do a lot of crypto to crypto deposits. So if you've got Blink hooked up already for something like Megapot or any other like social crypto app, we use them and they've been awesome. Team's been amazing. And then we also use Relay for all the crypto to crypto stuff. And they're pretty much one of the backbones of bridging in crypto. So super easy, and everything goes right into Hypercore. That's the goal, is just to get it straight into your Hyperliquid trading account. And then we also have a couple of other accounts that we're looking at. We actually want to take the Hyperliquid token, and I want to add staking here. Because if you stake your Hyperliquid through this interface, it'll be attached to that wallet, and then you'll also get discounts on your trading fees. So if you have Hype, you can put it in here, and then you can stake it, and that'll also get you discounts. Actually, let me write that up as something I need to do today. Add Hype staking. See, when I'm not on my bike, I can take notes. The next step, we've got our prize pool that we're running. So we've got a leaderboard here. You can see some people have the Genesis wallet. I have no idea who this is, but they've got the Genesis wallet. I can obviously see me. I'm number one. Although I don't know how long I'm going to be number one because people are coming up. And then you've got people here. You've got number 8, number 9. They're Genesis holders. So you can see we've got a bunch of Genesis holders throughout the whole community. And right now we've got 84 people on the chart. 73 have actually done some sort of, or 74 have actually done some sort of volume. And so you can see people are on the chart trading, and we're basically on our way to $250,000. And the goal is to give away this 250K to the top 100 traders. Now, why are we doing that? If you're a top 100 trader, that means that you're going to be consistently performing in using BlockSwap, right? And so the best reward for us is to give you more capital so that you can continue to consistently perform. Because if we're helping you trade and we're helping you win, then as you're trading and as we're helping you with maybe like getting you the buying some hype to get you better fees, better discounts, it's a win-win situation. We want the people that are amazing at using BlockSwap to get a bonus so that they can be even more amazing at using BlockSwap. So that's what our thought process is. So I feel like once we do this deposit, it's gonna ratchet up the you're probably gonna see our volume and our revenue just hit an asymmetric jump. Like we're just gonna shoot up. And then that also ties into some of our targets for once we get $1 million in revenue, we're gonna kick in a buy and burn for the BlockSwap token. So there's just a lot of things that are gonna really sync up once we clear this level and once we get a lot of activity. So there's a bunch of cool stuff going on. We also have this referral program. I think I'm the only one on the leaderboard. Yep. In order to be a referrer, you have to have at least $5,000 of volume transacted. So this is not just, you can't just sign up here and then just farm out a link. If you're not using the product, then you're not helping contribute to building up the product. So we want to make sure that people that are using the referral program actually have some skin in the game. Then we have sound and haptics, although I don't know if they were on. Let me see. Yeah, they might not have been on before. Well, whatever. We've got sound and haptics, and I've done like a pretty intense job of trying to put as many haptic feedback sounds in. So if you hear like when I tick this on and off, you'll hear haptics in there. There's haptics on all the touches. My background is I did a lot of user experience for lots of products. I worked at Amazon, I worked at Uber, designing software. So I care about the total experience, not only what you hear, but what you feel and what you see. We got our how-to guide. This just explains how to use the product. It's the simplest trading experience. It's the easiest. There's nothing that's easier than this. Everything else you're going to see, they're going to show you some crazy charts. They're going to have some crazy pickers and some leverage sliders and a bunch of stuff that you don't want to see. There's nothing easier than this. So that's our how-to. We support multiple languages. So you could do English, French, Chinese, Korean, and Spanish. And then we also have links. So these are things if you want to go look at our documentation, our blog. If you also want to see some of our socials, we're actually having a meeting today that's going to help us build our strategy for our social media campaign. And so we've got a lot of super cool ideas that are coming around that. And then also an advanced section. So this is generally a place you never need to jump into, but this kind of shows you some of the advanced settings for what's going on inside the product. So that's pretty much it. You know, we've gone through the entire user experience for the most part. And if you have any questions, jump in the Telegram. You can see my handle at the top at Joe Blau. You can jump in the Telegram, and if you got any questions, hit me up over there. I am going to get back to work because I have a lot of stuff to do today. We have to test some of these notifications, which I didn't go through, but they're in here. These trade alerts, right? So the push notifications, you saw it come in, but I need to get these trade alerts working. And once these are working and structured, it's going to be a lot easier for people to open up structured trades and basically see their positions and take profit. So that's what we're working on now. So that's it for now. I will be